What's going on, gang? I am off. I just picked up some food that I'm gonna cook. Mandy had to work. She's working on a Sunday with her client, and it's really, it's wearing her out. So I'm gonna make shrimp Alfredo tonight for my baby. And I work too, but I don't work as many hours on Sunday or during the weekend as she does. I wanted to drop in because I was gonna follow up my last vlog a lot sooner than I did, but life happened. And I wanted to tell y'all about the internet and how we had to update on how the internet, connecting the internet out to our house was going, and how we were going to have to push that off until the 16th because we couldn't get internet. If you guys watched our live stream, we explained it. If not, I'll explain it again real quick. Guy comes out on the 12th and he's looking for a way to hook up our internet, and he comes in and he says, I don't think the people who lived here before you had cable or internet or anything. And let me see if I can fix this real quick, because we'll just do it like that. He said, I don't know if the people before you had internet. And I said, I don't know. And he goes, so he's talking about the internet and this and that and what they have to offer. And I said, yeah, I like to watch the Braves, and I'm not going to get cable, but if I can get the internet going, I'll stream some TV, and that way I'll watch the Braves and the Falcons and stuff that way. And he goes, oh, well, you can't really stream with this. And of course I was like, uh-oh. He says, yeah, we really can't stream. It's a pretty good internet, but as far as like streaming services and streaming TV, you can't do it. I was like, uh-oh. Well, we like to do live, YouTube live streams and all that. And he explained that, well, we're going to update the towers, and in January of 2022, we're going to be able to do that. But for now, you can't. But if you buy the service, when you don't like it, it's $400 to get out of it. So I don't know what to do. So long story short, this guy who's trying to make a sale says, here's some people that can perhaps serve your area that do live stream. And I thought that was super solid of him, because here's a dude that's trying to make a sale. He's trying to make a living. He's out here at 8 o'clock in the morning in rural North Georgia. And he's literally telling us that he can't provide the service, and he doesn't want us to buy the service and then waste $400 trying to get out of the service and break the contract. And then he proceeds to give us options to how we can get the internet. And I thought that was really, really solid of him. And he was with HughesNet. Hopefully I don't get him fired for that. But so HughesNet is a solid company if you can use them, because they're pretty honest with what they can do. But anyway, so another company is coming out tomorrow. Today is the 15th, and hopefully we can live stream better. Well, Mandy and I were like, no, we're going to go ahead and try to live stream anyway. And we've done 2 of them over on the ATX Tomahawk channel. And I wanted to thank everybody that came out, because I just watched the replay of last night's live stream and how spotty it was. And I don't know, we had over 1,000, we're at like 1,100 views for it in whatever it was, 12 hours ago or 15 hours. And that is amazing, considering how horrible the quality was. I mean, that was so spotty, I could hardly watch it. But you guys hung in there, and people are tuning in for it, and I wanted to thank you guys for that. That's pretty amazing. So thanks. So tomorrow, our internet service is going to be hooked up at our residence, and hopefully that means that we'll give you a stream tomorrow or sometime in the early week, and it'll be much better. Now, we're streaming in our kitchen right now because that's where the view of the southern sky is. We have a whole room that we want to outfit with stuff that you guys suggest, stuff that we get from y'all, stuff that we set up that's like a streaming room, because we have a whole extra room to do that on I guess that would be the western end of the house. It's a big ranch style modular home that we live in. And but we have to go to Texas to get that stuff, so we're probably going to shoot out to Texas here in September once we get settled in with everything here, the internet being the last thing. So I'm working and we're getting settled in, and I told work, there's a few people from my work that I've said, hey, they're like, what'd you do? I said, well, I DoorDash and I live streamed a little bit and made ends meet. And I told them we were going back to live streaming. And a few people have watched it, just a couple. And they don't really know shoot from Shinola about what's going on in the drama community. But one person, since I was listening and you were kind of being critical of some person for having loose lips and like potentially sharing DMs and information with other people, and you were critical of that. And I said, yeah, I was, he took exception to it. And he goes, but then the dude turned around and left a comment on your vlog where he threatened to release DMs. And I said, yeah, he did. That's why I pinned it. And he was like, that's kind of wild. And I said, yeah, that's what happens. And the person was like, I'm going to tune in for this, because I said, we're a wild bunch. And I kind of hit the nail on the head with that one. I wasn't quite sure how to say it. But when you're trying to push people to arm's length, and you give an example, you don't really know how it's going to unfold. You don't know how they're going to take it or how it's going to unfold. Well, I told this person, hey man, you're in people's Twitter chats and you're making friends with other people, or you're talking privately with other people. And if you say that you're going to release those DMs, or you're talking with other people about stuff you share with them, that's going to make them shy away from you. And I wasn't sure if I explained that properly. Well, that person obviously took offense. I pinned the comment on my last vlog where he said, blah, 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 and I will drop DMs and private conversations that I've had with somebody else. So I just say that because it worked out. I was like, oh my God, okay, no more explanation is needed. And a few other people, so that person that I work with was like, that was crazy. I said, yeah, well, I've been doing this drama thing for a few years, and some people are very predictable, and sometimes you spin some information up to draw people out to prove your point, and that was a perfect example of it. And that's why it was kind of funny. The reaction that we got on Twitter was like, this, that guy, and I was like, yeah, I mean, but that's what it is. He couldn't for the life of him understand why someone blocked me all of a sudden. You ruined a friendship. Someone blocked me. And I said, it's because you're threatening to dox a private conversation that you've had with them. It doesn't matter what's right or wrong, or if somebody agrees with somebody else. If you're all friends, I can be friends with two different people, and those two people start to have a fight, and then I can talk to one of the friends and not really agree with what the other one is saying. That doesn't mean I want you to throw me under the bus by going to the other one and says, well, Sean agrees with me and here's the proof. That's freaking Bush League stuff. And that's what gets people in trouble on social media all the time. And so that part of my vlog was about that, and the comment that was left was about that. And so it's all tied up in a nice little drama bow right there on my last vlog. It's kind of crazy how that stuff kind of works out. The other thing is that someone took offense to, I wasn't even talking about them, and they kind of came, and I left that up because it is what it is. I mean, some people just have thin skin, and the rest of that group didn't really want to. I understand that there was a live stream, because about half the people that was in their live stream were in our live streams the last couple nights, and nobody wanted to touch it. The one person wanted to have a couple remarks about me, but nobody really. And it's just it's okay. People can be friends. It was like, yeah, someone was mad at you still, and nobody else really wanted to talk about it. And I was like, it's because we can be friends. People can be friends with other friends or not. It's a non-issue. It was an example, maybe not a good one. So there's that. So and people are going to react to drama. They watch drama, they react differently. So there is that. I don't dislike anybody that was mentioned like thoroughly at all, one way or the other, but sometimes you just got to say what you got to say to preserve your integrity and your channel. And they're going to act the way that they act. And this was no different. If you say someone's going to act like a 10th grader and they turn around and they act like a 10th grader in their comment, well, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, there it is. And people get to see that. So anyway, there's that. So there's two things real quick I wanted to touch on. Was thank you guys so much for the support. We've had, got to get gas. Mandy and I have done a live stream a couple nights in a row, kind of like test streams, and a lot of you guys came out for it. Really didn't advertise it, and it was a pretty good crowd. And last night's stream, the quality wasn't good, and you guys were still there for it. And you told us it was buffering a couple times, but nobody really complained about it, and that's pretty amazing to me, and to Mandy. So again, drama on these channels, ATX Tomahawk, hopefully good, better internet tomorrow on the 16th. And then, so we'll start it back there. And then the back room, we'll watch football in it. We'll live stream from it. We'll have all kinds of groovy stuff in there. And then we'll have the front, the other side, the east side of the house will kind of be the formal living areas, and where, kind of the more private areas. But there's a couple things that happen. I always would say in our community that we always give people passes, right? We give people passes for bad behavior, and we continue to do it. I also mentioned, two friends that were going at it, and that was Negs and Laura, right? And I said, I like them both. And they're going at it, but what I can't do is get behind Laura bringing up, a deceased child like that. I can't do that. That's not right to do that. The best thing that Laura can do is apologize for that and hope for the best. Hope that, because this community does forget. This community does let it go. But right now, you can't say things about people's family like that, especially and I don't even like bringing it up for very long, because I don't know. I mean, Negs and I, we're friends. We were forming a friendship that never materialized deeply. But, this is a fella that I know his family. Like I said, not deeply, but I know his sons. I met them. I met his late son's mother. I know her, hung out with her. And so on a personal level, drama aside, I've been to the house. The dude is a good dad. Whatever you think about him, whatever drama, whatever fuckery he's been part of, whoever he's hurt, he's a good dad. And I have hung out with Lil Negs. You guys remember, there have been times when the live stream was going whatever direction, I was out in the other room on the PlayStation with Lil Negs, and he's done a phenomenal job with that young man. So no, I don't agree, and I cannot get behind what Laura has said. So there's one example where I'm going to have to practice what I preach, because the other one I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to give a little bit of a history here first, is Janie. Because I don't really know her very well, but about 18 months ago, I always say this thing like pull the router. Remember the router incident with, pull the router? I took the router to work years ago and this and that. Well, I've said it in Spirit Finders, and I said it to Rosie before. It's like when something's going wrong in the chat or there's high drama, I'll go pull the router, and people mostly understand it that know me, know the reference and why I say it. So one night, it was about a year ago, maybe a little bit more, we were in Texas, and I went over there. And the reason why I went over there is because Optoblast is a sports fan, and I had found myself here and there in like little Twitter things with the dude Conklin, I guess. A couple people were talking about sports, and for whatever reason, 6 degrees of separation, we'd be talking about sports and, this and that. So I was like, all right. And, the guy's a Bengals fan, and Joe Burrow, I have some Joe Burrow's rookie cards, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of lurked in there, and it was a late night stream, and it was going kind of nuts. So I said, Optoblast, pull the router. And Janie proceeded to lose her mind on me a little bit. ATX doesn't love you, and what's wrong? I was like, oh my God. And you know, Mandy was like, will you get out of she was asleep. She's like, get out of that stream. And I got out of the stream and I was like, she's like, what did you think? And I was like, I don't know. It's just what she does. And I felt a little bit bad about it. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, most people get that joke. So I get to, you know, kind of asking around in the community, and they're like, yeah, I mean, that's what Janie is known for. I was like, what do you mean what she's known for? He's like, she's known for her instability, and she's known for, you know, losing her mind and this and that. And I was like, I thought she had a channel and all that. She's like, well, she does, but that's not why people watch her. They watch her because they watch her and her numbers go up when she cycles into some erratic behavior, right? And that's what, you know, and then when she cycles down, people kind of, and everyone kind of keeps an eye on that, because we're always blaming each other about going after people when they're not doing well mentally and not, but you know, but we continue to do it. And then everybody has friends. Spirit Finder has friends, and then this person has friends, you know, Janie has friends. So I was like, wow. And the person's like, yeah, that's what she's known for. So, all right, well, I'll leave that one alone. But I was very surprised when the soundbite, and we have the soundbite kind of circulating again, not out in the open, but people need to hear it, kind of like, I think there's a Discord somewhere where Janie tells her viewers that she is going to put a bullet in Angelo's head, right? This was a couple months ago. There were some other things happening in my life. It was the Diane thing was going on as well. So that happened, and I was like, oh wow, that's messed up. And a lot of people are like, that's what she does. That's what she does. I mean, you know, but I don't understand. And there's people that I am friends with, you know, that I talk to, that are giving her a pass for doing that. That is not okay any more than talking about someone's deceased child or desecrating tombstones, as Tammy Spirit Finder is doing. And when people call that out, and they need to be called out. They need to be. Or some of the other stuff that's going on. People get critical when people go after Mama Beth. Mama Beth doesn't get empathy from anybody for her behavior. But yet all of a sudden people want to flip the script because she kept her camera on and accidentally showed herself on a vlog. But Janie actually said, if somebody comes in my town, not threatens my family, not comes after me, I will put a bullet in his brain. And somehow, and I said, what did Angelo actually do? Angelo actually was just doing what he does on the internet, which figures out a way to get under people's skin and does it if he can. It wasn't anything that bad. But that somehow is been given a pass. And there are some people who supposedly really good people that are out there going, well, I understand why she did it. I understand why she did it. Oh, okay, so do you understand why Tammy Spirit Finder's out there kicking over tombstones? You know, was that okay? Was it okay what Laura said? I mean, where are we picking and choosing what's okay to say? And that's what I talk about in this community. It's like, why was that okay? I mean, I don't care if she said it to Angelo or me or somebody else. That was not okay to say. But that somehow people saw the moment for what it was, give her mental whatever a pass, and that kind of goes away, and people understood why she said what she said. You can't do that. And like I said, I don't have any here nor there with that person. All I know is my brief history was erratic and charged with, I don't know, I guess a misunderstanding. And then she said that. And it's just this YouTube drama fuckery that we're all in. But that's been given a pass. So that's my example for you guys to mull over. We're out there, we're all over Laura, and we should be, because you can't get on you can't bring that up. That's messed up. I would have talked about it a little more, but I won't, because I just want the accountability to be there. But you can't tell somebody that they can put a bullet, that they're going to put a bullet. It's okay to put a bullet in someone's head either. You can't do it, right? You can't do it. So Tammy Spiritfinder can't be out there kicking over and desecrating tombstones like she was doing. I mean, so there's all this behavior that's going on, and people say, well, this one I understand, but this one I don't understand. Or this is happening, but I don't understand this. I want to hold this guy accountable for this, but not for that. So that is why drama will always exist. People will always say awful things. And after a while, time will pass. Maybe people will apologize and they make up. Friends will become friends with other people. And if you have a channel, you got to cultivate your own channel, your own people. People are always going to think up a reason to be mad at the ship, at Shannon, at Savage, at Pirate, at Angelo, at Steve. They've been doing their same thing that they've always been doing, and they're pretty honest about it when they do it. People are always going to be mad at me. Some people are always going to be mad at Mandy, at ATX. But our channels work in a vacuum. Our channels work because we have people that like to come see us and like to watch our channel. We always will. But if we say something that offends you, you don't watch it anymore. If somebody calls somebody's family member out or says something awful about it, you hold them accountable. If somebody says they're going to essentially blow somebody's brains out, you got to hold them accountable for that too. That one can't get a pass. You can't pick and choose that stuff. So anyway, that's food. That's just food for thought. That's the drama side of this. That's something for y'all to think about. I mean, I don't even say right is wrong is wrong. This is drama, and some of the drama is vile, and it ain't right. But people want to decide what drama, taking someone's life by blowing their brains out is kind of okay, but bringing up someone's deceased child isn't. Nah, none of it's okay. None of it's okay. You got to grill them all for that. You got to make them all, if they want to give it a chance to come up and face to face with somebody and apologize, let them. But you got to hold them all accountable. Janie owes Angelo an apology for saying that. Straight, she does. That wasn't right. If I said it about somebody, oh boy, so I'd probably have the cops at my door, right? And they should be. You can't threaten people like that. All right, this is Tomahawk Sean. We're going to have our internet out here tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be clearer next time ATX Tomahawk comes on, and we really appreciate your support. Peace.